Is a Southeast Asian nation about to leapfrog the West in the race for hydrogen mobility? Malaysia is betting big, funneling part of a massive $611 billion national development plan into clean energy, with hydrogen vehicles right at the core. The goal is to dominate the future of heavy transport where batteries fall short. But here's the catch. The country's own automotive association is waving a giant red flag, warning that without clear policies, tariffs, and incentives put in place right now, this multi-billion-dollar dream could stall out before it even leaves the garage. So, is Malaysia's hydrogen highway a roadmap to the future or a high-tech pipe dream? And what does this mean for global players like Toyota and Hyundai? We're breaking down the entire ambitious plan. If you're passionate about the future of transportation, you want to make sure you're subscribed to Electric Vehicle Empire. The big announcement, Malaysia's hydrogen ambition. Hello and welcome back to Electric Vehicle Empire, the channel that plugs you into the future of mobility. While much of the world is locked in a battle over battery electric vehicle dominance, Malaysia is making a powerful and strategic pivot. As part of its new 5-year national roadmap, the 13th Malaysia Plan, or 13MP, the government has officially declared hydrogen as a national priority. This isn't lip service. We're talking about a monumental financial commitment. The Prime Minister, Anwar Ibrahim, unveiled a staggering 611 billion ringgit investment strategy for 2026 to 2030, which is roughly 130 billion US dollars. A significant chunk of this, 430 billion ringgit or 91 billion USD, is direct government development spending. The message is clear. Malaysia is putting its money where its mouth is, aiming to transform itself into a sustainable and technologically advanced nation, and at the heart of its next-generation mobility ambitions, hydrogen. So why hydrogen? The Malaysian plan is strategic. They view hydrogen fuel cell vehicles as the key to decarbonizing the sectors that are hardest to electrify. Think long-haul trucking, heavy-duty commercial transport, and buses. These are areas where the weight, charging time, and range limitations of today's BEV technology present significant operational challenges. While you and I can easily charge a Tesla overnight, a fleet of 18-wheelers can't. Hydrogen offers near-instant refueling and a much longer range, making it a viable diesel replacement. This move places Malaysia in an elite club of nations actively pursuing hydrogen tech, alongside giants like China, Japan, South Korea, the United States, and Germany. They're already eyeing vehicles like the Toyota Mirai, a fuel cell electric vehicle, as the blueprint for their future. The reality check, a warning from the industry. This all sounds incredibly promising, right? A nation with a clear vision backed by billions in funding? But this is where the story gets complicated. The Malaysian Automotive Association, the official voice of the country's auto industry, has stepped forward. While they've given a big thumbs up to the government's ambition, they've also delivered a crucial and urgent warning. MAA President Mold Samsur Mold Zain put it bluntly. He said, with the right policies, clear tariffs, and right incentives, it will help the auto industry to accelerate the adoption of hydrogen vehicles in the Malaysian market. Read between the lines. Those things are not yet in place. An ambitious vision is one thing, but a practical, well-defined framework is what turns that vision into reality. The MAA is essentially saying, we love the destination you've chosen, but you haven't given us the map, the fuel, or the rules of the road to get there. They are cautioning that without this groundwork, the entire multi-billion-dollar initiative could falter. The industry needs to know, what will be the tax structure for importing or manufacturing hydrogen vehicles and components? What incentives will be offered to consumers and businesses to make the switch? What will be the price or tariff for hydrogen at the pump? These aren't minor details. They are the fundamental building blocks of a new automotive ecosystem. Without them, automakers can't plan, investors won't commit, and consumers won't buy. It's like having a high-tech engine with no fuel and no roads to drive on. So how does the government plan to create this favorable environment? The 13th MP outlines two powerful financial tools, a carbon tax and a carbon trading system. This is where economics gets interesting. A carbon tax makes polluting more expensive. By placing a direct cost on carbon emissions, conventional gasoline and diesel vehicles instantly become less financially attractive for businesses and government fleets. Suddenly, the higher upfront cost of a low-emission vehicle, whether it's a BEV or a hydrogen fuel cell truck, starts to make much more sense over the vehicle's lifetime. The MAA sees this as a critical lever. If implemented correctly, it could trigger a massive shift in procurement strategies. Companies would be financially motivated to update their fleets to low-emission options to avoid the carbon tax, creating the initial, large-scale demand needed to kickstart the market. It's like a rising tide lifts all boats strategy. Building the future, skilled workers, and a high-tech hub. A future filled with hydrogen cars, connected vehicles, and autonomous driving requires a completely new kind of workforce. You can't service a fuel cell with a standard wrench and an oil pan. This is another area where the 13th MP shows incredible foresight. The plan places a heavy emphasis on strengthening technical and vocational education and training, or TVET. The MAA is thrilled about this, calling it a critical enabler of the future mobility ecosystem. The government recognizes that to lead in a high-tech industry, you need your own highly skilled technicians and engineers. This initiative is designed to produce a new generation of automotive experts who are fluent in the language of electric powertrains, complex software, and high-pressure hydrogen systems. And where will these newly skilled workers find jobs? Enter the Automotive High-Tech Valley. This isn't just another industrial park. The ATHV is envisioned as the central hub for Malaysia's entire automotive future. It's designed to attract high-tech investment from global players, house advanced research and development facilities, and establish state-of-the-art test laboratories. The goal here is localization. Instead of just importing finished vehicles or advanced components, the ATHV aims to build a robust local vendor ecosystem. This means encouraging the domestic manufacturing of EV parts, hydrogen fuel cells, batteries, and advanced safety systems. By strengthening the local supply chain, Malaysia not only creates high-value jobs, but also reduces its reliance on other countries and boosts its own economic resilience. It's a strategy to both build the car of the future and the economy of the future right at home. The ripple effect, how billions in spending boosts an industry. Beyond the targeted initiatives, the sheer scale of the 13th MP's development budget is set to create waves that will lift the entire automotive sector. That 430 billion ringgit or 91 billion USD in government development expenditure is primarily aimed at public infrastructure projects. And what do massive infrastructure projects need? They need vehicles, lots of them. This directly drives demand for commercial vehicles, trucks, vans, and heavy machinery. This demand creates a powerful ripple effect that flows through the entire industry, from the manufacturing plants that build the vehicles to the component suppliers, all the way to the after-sale service centers. The MAA notes that this commitment to growth will have a positive spillover effect on the auto sector. More projects mean more vehicles sold, which means a healthier and more robust automotive industry overall. This rising economic tide provides the stable foundation upon which the more ambitious hydrogen and EV goals can be built. Conclusion: ambition versus execution. So, let's bring it all back. Malaysia has laid out one of the most ambitious and well-funded roadmaps for a hydrogen-powered future that we've seen from any emerging economy. They have the money, the vision, and a comprehensive plan that includes economic incentives like carbon taxes, workforce development through TVET, and a centralized innovation hub in the ATHV. However, the cautionary note from the Malaysian Automotive Association is the crucial takeaway. The entire brilliant plan hinges on execution. The government must now move swiftly to translate these grand ambitions into clear, actionable policies, fair tariffs, and compelling incentives. The world will be watching. If Malaysia can bridge the gap between its vision and its on-the-ground policies, it could very well become a global leader in hydrogen mobility, particularly in the vital commercial transport sector. But if they delay, this multi-billion-dollar dream could risk becoming a case study in what could have been. What do you think? Is Malaysia making the right move betting on hydrogen over a purely BEV strategy? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on the global electric and hydrogen vehicle revolution, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Electric Vehicle Empire. We'll see you in the next one.